Hey y'all, I'm back. If you haven't seen all my videos, my name's Ariel, doing some low budget, eco-friendly, frugal, underconsumption core, recession core style videos. Right now, today, actually, I uploaded my first part of my low consumption challenge. So if you haven't seen that, go watch it. By the time this video is up, the second part of that will be up, so feel free to watch those videos. The main rule is I am trying to stay within a $400 a month grocery budget. That means anything from Walmart, Smith's, Costco, my local grocery store, stays under $400 for the month. That means I try to stay under $200 every 2 weeks. Thanksgiving is next Thursday. We're like a week away. And also I am traveling next week for a doctor's appointment for my daughter. I am traveling to a place with a Winco. For me, Trader Joe's, excellent. I will always stop at a Trader Joe's. But Winco is my favorite store ever. If my town ever gets a Winco, I will shop exclusively at Winco and Costco because holy cow. So this week I actually only spent $140. $10 for wiggle room in the budget with for like milk and eggs and bread, anything bananas that we might need. And then I left $50 in the budget for Winco. Is that enough? I don't know. I'm a little scared that we might go over this time because Winco's got the bulk candy and it's got, I mean, it's got really good prices on meat, so we didn't buy any meat this time and I'm buying all my meat at Winco. So I will add that video to the end of this haul so you will see everything that I get. But I am a little nervous that this month we might go over the $400. So let me show you what I got. Okay, up first is my Smith's order. I spent $9.35 there. I did make a mistake because one of the things that I do that I have talked about a couple times is I do cost analysis on all my groceries and I look for the cheapest per ounce. Well, I must have forgotten to do it with the cranberries because apparently I only checked 2 places instead of 3 places because they were cheaper at Walmart by $1.03. No, $1.02. So I actually am kicking myself a little bit for that $1. I know it's only $1, but imagine doing that for 20 items or whatever, but I could have gotten it cheaper. So anyways, so the cranberries were $1.99. Coconut milk, that's for Thanksgiving, obviously. Coconut milk is going in my stockpile. I usually buy the 6-pack from Costco, but it turns out Smith's has cheaper coconut milk in my area. So I bought 3 of those. Those are going in my stockpile. These were on sale for $1.99 and my kids love them. And so I am feeling a little bad because my youngest, I'm gonna have to figure out something for her because she can't have these because they have red food dye in them. I am just thinking about that now. Whoops. Okay. Anyways, this Powerade is not for me, but I got a coupon and it was free for these 2 Powerades, so I saved $1.50 on each one of these. And my father-in-law had surgery yesterday and he's on a liquid diet for the next 6 weeks. Yes, on Thanksgiving he will be on a liquid diet, the poor man, so he gets the free Powerade. Okay, so this one's from my local grocery store. They had a digital coupon, although they wanted me to have the printed version and I'm like, I don't have it. So they did accept my digital coupon. It was 28 cents total for this one, and this one. And then it was the first one, and this is gonna make a lot of people uncomfortable, so I made a second purchase with the same coupons. And I bought this one, and this one for each for 28 cents. So I spent $4 and, oh, I'm missing things actually. Oops. Okay, I found everything. So it was not $4 for just 3 28-cent items. I also got two 5-pound bags of potatoes for 98 cents each. This is going into the stock, this is going into the stock, this is going into the stock, this is going into the stock. I bought these because I always buy potatoes when they're on cheap sale. I use a lot of potatoes. I keep them in my garage. It stays really cold in there, so it's like having a root cellar in the wintertime. I did previously buy 20 pounds of potatoes that were on sale for 78 cents for 5 pounds. So I still have some of those in there. So I'm going to add this next 10 pounds and I will have a good stock of potatoes. The olives are going into the back stock. Chicken broth is going into the back stock. And I have been buying whipped topping instead of whipping cream or whipped cream because it is so much cheaper. I keep it in my freezer. When we want hot chocolate, I can either pull a whole one out if we're going to use it for the whole week, or we can just scoop some out while it's frozen, and it works really well. And then I got these oranges. My daughter requested these. She had a bunch last time that I got on sale. These were $1.88. Now, this is why you check all the prices, because Walmart was $2.99, which was a good deal. Smith's was $1.99, which was also a good deal. But this local grocery store was $1.88, so I got these for $1.88. So I spent $4.68 on one purchase and 84 cents on the other purchase. Now on to my Walmart order. Quick disclaimer, if you are my youngest daughter right now and you are watching this video because she has been watching them with me, you need to stop watching right now because I got a Christmas present for you. I will make it the first thing and then you can come back and watch it. Okay, so this is the Christmas present I got for my youngest. Okay, this is kind of a weird, funny story, but I had like small babies in like plastic babies in my wallet for like 2 years, like different colored ones even, and maybe 3 years. And I kept asking people if they accepted babies as tips and showing them the babies. It was just a weird joke I did. And someone finally accepted the babies and took them. I was very, very sad, and so I replaced them with one of these Barbies, and my daughter has wanted one, so she gets a Barbie in her stocking for Christmas. So if we are over by $3, then I'm not going to kick myself because we spent a Christmas present out of the grocery budget, and yeah. Okay, rest of what I got. My husband is dairy free, so we always keep one of these on hand. He can make grilled cheese, he can make nachos, he makes anything out of it. And we get it from Walmart because it's the cheapest there. I got mushrooms because I'm going to make dairy-free green bean casserole, so I need to make my own homemade cream of mushroom, which means I need mushrooms. These were cheap. These were the cheapest ones there. I think they were $1.76. Yeah. This one, okay, so a while back, maybe 2 years ago, I impulsively bought fufu mix off of, I think, Amazon. I never used it. It was just a bad thing. So I'm trying to use up everything in my pantry. So I'm going to use it. I'm going to make the okra stew. I also love the idea of eating slime, but I don't think it would taste very good. So this is like the second best, making that okra stew with the fufu. I'm just going to make a chicken stew for my family because they don't want the slimy. My husband says this sounds disgusting, but I am stoked about this. So I'm going to eat slimy soup with fufu that is a little bit expired. So yeah, go us. And then, okay, so actually forgot to update you guys at the beginning of the video. From my last video, I actually spent under $200 in the last 2 weeks for groceries because I had left $18 in the budget for a pantry bucket and $18 in the budget for random food we might need. The pantry bucket was only $15, and the food I ended up spending only $6 more on bananas and milk, and then $2 actually in cash out of on celery and 2 avocados, because at Walmart celery is still 97 cents. Probably won't be when this video comes out, but it was 97 cents when I got these 2 celeries. So I got celery because I make a lot of soups and I can use this in a lot of ways. We're actually having turkey pot pie after Thanksgiving, so I will be using it in that as well. French's fried onions, of course the off-brand, because I'm not paying for full price. These were under $3. I think they were $2.94. And yeah, I will use them to make green bean casserole. Now this was a bit of a splurge for us this time. My daughter is a picky person, as we've talked about. She's got some sensory issues. So I got these a while back. There was 1 pack left in the cupboard, and she ate 1 Pop-Tart for breakfast over 2 days. And she really loved these Pop-Tarts. They're pretty cheap. So this was kind of a splurge for us, was getting her these Pop-Tarts. And I wasn't going to leave my older daughter out, so I got her her favorite, which also, happens to be my favorite. And these happen to be my husband's favorite. So win, 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 win. I'm running out of, I usually buy the chicken like bouillon in the jar that you like have to keep in the fridge because it's like a base. I don't know, maybe that's what it's called, is base. But that's getting expensive, and honestly I hate keeping it in my fridge. And so I have a half a jar of vegetable left from Costco, and I have a teeny tiny bit of chicken left, so I got the chicken one. I have no beef left, so I got the beef one. These are also great because, so as we've talked about, my daughter doesn't like certain foods. She does not like the beef ramen, but I bought a bunch of beef ramen because my teenager was eating it a bunch, and then she slowed down. And so I have a bunch of beef ramen. I can use this chicken bouillon powder to make chicken ramen with the beef ramen, and then just save the beef packets to make soups and stews like I would with this beef bouillon. We are big popcorn eaters. Sometimes I use regular butter, but a lot of the times that's pretty expensive. We use a little less of this when we use when we make popcorn instead of butter. And also this is just like one of those splurge things that we do still, and it was still within the budget, so it was no big deal. I normally get the squeeze bottle mayos, but my teenager had a really good idea, because I made fry sauce when I made the McDonald's fake away in my What I Eat in a Week video, and everybody loved the fry sauce. They did not especially love the recipe that I followed for the special sauce. Like I said, just make fry sauce, add relish and onions to it. But she was like, you should just buy a big jar of mayo and like make some fry sauce out of it. So what I'm going to do is, I have a lot of mason jars, and I'm going to take half of the mayo out, and I'm going to either leave mayo in the mason jar, or I'm going to make fry sauce in the mason jar. But I think, yeah, we're like loving it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's see. What did I spend at Walmart? $40.88. Okay. So on to the next. I almost forgot, like that didn't all cost $40.88. Oh, he's coming to say hi. Oh no, he's knocking me over. Oh no, they're both knocking me over. Okay, dogs. Okay, out. To send you. Yep, okay, out. Ah, no, you're knocking me over. Had to turn off the camera because they knocked me over. Okay. Oh, Draco. Okay, so this is, oh my goodness, he is being a turkey. He wants this food. Okay, so this is my dog's food, and I got it, the 15-pound bag instead of the 46-pound bag, because it was cheaper and we couldn't afford the 46-pound bag right now. I will buy the 46-pound bag in the future because it is cheaper overall per ounce. So, final haul is Costco. Now, you're like, okay, you went to 4 stores. That takes too long. I can't do that. It did only take me an hour and a half to go to all 4 stores. I have a list. I stick to it. Sometimes I'm in a store for 5 minutes. think Smith's, I was in there for like 7 minutes and then I was out of there. So and then the local grocery store is right next to Smith's. So then it was like, no big deal. My Walmart's right next to my Costco. So it really didn't take long. I plan it very well. Okay, so let's see what I got. Let's start in the back here. I got 2 bags of 5 pounds onions. I think I have 1 onion in there. I put an onion in pretty much every dinner that I make. So I had to get these for my stock. These might last me a month, but they might only last me the 2 weeks. We'll see how it goes. Had to get some of this Downy rinse out odor. I have an older cat. He has bladder problems and he pees on cloth a lot. This gets the smell out. And it also is really nice for like my husband's sweaty gym clothes and many other things. We just love this stuff. I always get it, and Costco has recently had it for pretty cheap. It's actually cheaper than Walmart. Okay. These are a must-have in my house. I don't buy many sauces anymore because it's like literally outrageous what they're asking for a sauce these days, and I'm just not willing to pay $5 for sweet and sour sauce or orange sauce or anything. I buy my soy sauce in bulk and I make all my sauces. This is one of the sauces that I can't get away with making. I would make it myself if it was just my husband eating it. But there's ketchup kids and there's ranch kids. Well, my daughter's a barbecue sauce kid. And so she eats this with her corn dogs, with her french fries, with her chicken nuggets. I mean, really almost anything you can stick in barbecue sauce, this girl will put it in barbecue sauce. So we have 1 in the fridge right now, and this will be 2 in the backup. And we probably go through 1 to 1.5 of these every month. So it is only like $6.79, I think, at Costco. So it's actually a really good deal. Like, I would pay $5 for half the size of one of these at Walmart. Which also, speaking of, this was like $3 for a quarter of the size at Smith's, and I had a coupon, and it was still cheaper to buy it at Walmart. This was like $6.99. We usually buy the Kirkland brand. This one was cheaper, so we got it. That did mean I was able to get more things into the budget because this one was cheaper. Shredded cheese back here. What I do with this shredded cheese is I break it up into quart-sized bags. We usually get 4 to 8 quart-sized bags out of these 2.5 pound bags. I normally get the Monterey Jack, but this was half the price. The mild cheddar shredded cheese, it was like $7, maybe $7.99 or something like that. But it was so cheap that I couldn't pass it up. Mostly me and my teenager eat this. My husband's dairy free, and my youngest doesn't really. I mean, she'll eat it. She won't have a problem with it, but she doesn't eat a ton of things with cheese in it. So my teenager's not picky about cheese, and in fact, she likes the mild cheddar cheese, so this might be a happy thing for her. Back there, I got some Oreos. I know, everybody's like, oh, why are you buying Oreos when you got a $200 budget? Well, because I'm going to live my life, and I love Oreos, and they were on sale, and this is something that my daughter can eat as a dessert, and she loves Oreos, and I'm going to try and make Oreo banana bread. So thank you, Costco, for making it cheaper to buy Oreos, because I wouldn't be able to afford them without you. These were on sale. Last video you saw I got the Kirkland brands. The Kirkland brands were still a little cheaper, but my husband, man did he complain. So these ones were on sale. I gave in, loved him a little, and bought him his Ruffles. He will have to get over it because next time when they're not on sale, he's just going to get the Kirkland brand. So, yeah. Let's see here. My daughter eats a ton of pot stickers. Now, normally we get the, like, Ling Ling's pot stickers, and these were, like, $7.49 versus $11 something for the other ones. Here's the thing, you guys. I may have really gambled hard on this one because I don't know if my youngest daughter is going to eat this, and this is one of the main meals she eats. I'm hoping if I say, like, I didn't buy anything else, she'll just trick herself into thinking she likes it or whatever. But we'll have to see. I'll keep y'all updated to see if she actually eats this, because it was almost half the price, so I was able to get a few more things into my budget because of that. And then this was one of the things that we had to, she loves chicken nuggets, and I don't want to make her give up chicken nuggets just because she's not supposed to be eating processed foods. This is one of the least processed chicken nuggets at the store. It's just chicken and breading, and it's very lightly breaded. And so there's, like, you can see, like, no added hormones or steroids. There was also one there that said, like, no artificial ingredients or anything like that. And I don't know if this one's the same thing, but I'm really hoping it is, because she is supposed to be on, like, the least processed foods as possible. But again, she's sensory, so, like, vegetables and fruits are very hard. So this is our compromise. And then the last thing I got, because there was still some money in the budget, was my stock up of chia seeds. I have a stock up of pumpkin seeds, and I still have flax meal in there from when we stocked up in the spring. And so I just need some hemp hearts, and then I will be able to refill my protein mix for probably months and months, maybe 6 months. We'll see about that. Okay, so I spent $83.85 at Costco overall. So I spent under $140, just very, very smidgenly. So next part of this video will be the Winco, which I will video next week. So we'll see it when I get that one. Forgot to mention, we also did get a free turkey this week because my husband works for our local hospital. One of the things they do every year is order turkeys for every single one of their employees and give it to them the week before Thanksgiving. So we got a free turkey, and that is part of our grocery haul, so we don't have to pay for a turkey for Thanksgiving, and I will be making stock out of it, so use every part of it. Okay, y'all, it is the next day. I have to go to Walmart on Monday anyways, because technically I work there, sort of as a merchandiser, and so I decided to return those cranberries to Smith's today. And so I just, as part of my errands, I also returned this, like, survival whistle that I got from REI, and the compass didn't work and the thermometer didn't work, and my husband found an old one, so I'm just going to use the old one, and I returned the other one and got money back. Well, I returned those cranberries, and on Monday I'm going to go buy some more cranberries, and I actually think I'm going to stock up on a little bit of candy while I'm there instead of buying it from Winco, because it is a little cheaper at Walmart. So stay, next up will be that haul. An update on my grocery haul. I added a little bit more today. I returned those cranberries, so $2.99 back, or $1.99 back. I did buy 3 of them at Walmart for 97 cents each. 2 of them will be made into cranberry sauce, and 1 of them is going to be made into those popping cranberries. They look so good. We're going to a different town tomorrow. It's like a 4-hour drive. It'll probably take longer because the passes are snowed in. So this was a treat for my daughter. It was 88 cents. She can have these because they're made with spirulina instead of dye. She can't have these, which is why I got those. This is a treat for my husband. He normally gets these at Winco, but they were cheaper at Walmart, so I just got him 2 for the ride. And then I got this Twix for our Advent. And this was a little more than I wanted to spend. So it is also a Christmas thing. And from my haul, you saw that I got a present for my daughter as well. So if our grocery trip to Winco is over by $8, I'm not going to feel bad, because that's where my $8 went, was this candy and her present. So next up will be the Winco haul. Good morning, editing Ariel here. I forgot to mention that this video is coming out a week after the original shopping date because of having to go to Winco in another town. So the next grocery haul video will only be like a week apart, but these videos are 2 weeks apart. Just so you know, it will be a 2-week distance between the first shopping trip and the second shopping trip, or the next grocery haul. Just so everybody knows and we're clear on that. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This is coming out the day after Thanksgiving, but a late happy Thanksgiving to you all. This is my Winco purchase. I did do a budget travel video for the trip to the town we had to travel to for my daughter's doctor's appointment and why we were there at the Winco. So that'll be out after this video, just like less than a week. But I wanted to show you my haul. What I got, we spent $51.79, so we did go a little over budget. In the beginning or in the middle of this video, you saw I spent about $8 on Christmas, so I'm not too upset about that. But I also remembered in my last grocery purchase in the beginning of the month, I didn't spend the whole $200, so I was below budget for that $200, so I'm still around the $400 this month, which is great. So what did I get at Winco? Milk, which I already got into this morning for my coffee because I needed milk and I didn't want to have to wait to go to Walmart. It was about the same price as Walmart though. I got some bread for my daughter. She's very picky about her bread and she will only eat like very seeded wheat bread, which is really great because she doesn't get enough fiber in her diet. So you can see back there I got 2, 3, and 4 things of frozen chicken meat. There's 2 drumsticks and 2 thighs. I want to show you the price. They were 98 cents a pound. So this one's $4.95, $4.61, upside down $4.54. What is that last one? $4.74. Okay, so we spent under $20 for all that meat, and I'm gonna package up the drumsticks in 4s and the thighs in 2s, and I'll make bone broth to help supplement the thighs. But I make a lot of stews and meats and stuff stews and soups and shredded chickens out of these kinds of meats. I got 2 more things of cornstarch. It was cheaper than Walmart, so I picked some up there. I still have to make my father-in-law some pudding, and I used all my last cornstarch on chicken. Breading chicken. This is a really good way to bread chicken. Just put some cornstarch and some seasonings. My kids love it. They prefer it over most of my other breadings. I got some cocoa powder. It was cheaper than Walmart. And so I usually get cacao powder, but this is cheaper. So I got this. My husband wasn't feeling good yesterday. He's feeling better today, but now I'm not feeling good. And so we picked this up while we were there because we hadn't pre-planned getting sick. And this was, I want to say, let's see here. I know where it's at. $2.28. He said the regular Mucinex was $16. I was like, okay, good job, man. These tomatoes were on sale. They were 98 cents. So I got some tomatoes because I love these cherry tomatoes. This bag of grapes was about $3. Got it for my daughter. She'll eat pretty much all these grapes. These were $1.97 a piece, so I got 2 of them. These peppers were 98 cents each. Green peppers were cheaper, but I am a picky butt when it comes to good flavor, and green peppers are bland. I like mine to be sweet and flavorful, so I always try to find the cheapest bell peppers I can that are colored. My daughter doesn't get a lot of candy recently because she had to give up red food dye, and so we let her get a Push Pop, which was $1.18, and then we let her get some Laffy Taffies, which was about $1.11 for this. And then I got 2 avocados. They were like 68 cents a piece. They were a little cheaper at Walmart, but I didn't want to have to run back to Walmart. Kiwis were 88 cents a piece. These are one of my daughter's favorite. They did have a pack, but they were like $6, so I just got 3 kiwis. And then blackberries were 98 cents a piece for these packages, so we got 2 for my daughter. And that looks like it is it. So under budget for the around $400 for the month, and it's got a stock of meat going. So I guess that's it for this video, and we'll see you in the next one, and remember to be kind to yourself.